bush hog. I know it is. It's a bush hog chisel plow. It's 12 feet. You're probably thinking, well, that's nothing for that 4960. Well, yes and no. If I did my normal, 6-inch chisel wheel or whatever, you normally plow in a chisel plow, it is nothing. But I'm in 12th gear here. I'm pulling this chisel plow along, and in 12th gear, let's see, we got my hydraulic oil stop thing going on there, which is nothing new. Like I said in my other video, it'll do that. Ugh. I gotta speed up the drop on this thing, making corners. So anyways, what I'm doing, I'm going about 10-12 inches. I'm really sinking that thing down. I took the wheels off because I can get more depth that way. Basically, this is almost a subsoil type of a situation going on here. We have heavy clay soil here, and the last couple of years I haven't done very well with my corn. For the simple reason is, oh yeah, we're getting a little bit of a wet spot. Oop, that sucked her in, didn't it? This tractor has way more power than it did before it burned. With a brand new injection pump, I don't know who set it up, but there is no black smoke coming. Well, maybe a little bit you can see there. But for the most part, this thing is really cranking out the horsepower. Normally I used to be able to just pull in about 10th gear with this thing. It's not overheating, even though that thing's screaming at me to stop. That'll go away pretty soon. It's just a sensor issue. So anyways, what I'm doing is deep plowing. Plowing that stuff so deep so that it shatters that heavy clay down there near the subsoil and will allow for some drainage. And it is pulling kind of hard, but it shifts perfect. The tractor's really doing quite well, I gotta say. It is doing really well. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy. I mean, how many people would keep a tractor like this after a burn like that? They'd be like, get that piece of junk out of here. We don't want it. So there, I'm up to 12. Maybe I'll go to 13. Nope, 13 ain't gonna cut it. These power shifts, they got a jerky spot in them. But, yeah, that soil's dancing pretty good down there. It's pretty moist. It's not, we had 3/10 of an inch of rain last night, and so I'm just trying to get this stuff to dry out and warm up. Yesterday was the first degree day that we've actually had. I know there's some guys throwing corn in the ground, and that's okay and everything, but in this area with cold, wet conditions, I'm not going to recommend throwing corn in the ground. I will say though, soybeans can handle that a lot better than what corn can. Cold ground. They'll just kind of hang out down there until the temperature's right. And I've had soybeans in the ground for close to 2 weeks at one time, and they still came up. Didn't produce very well, but they did. They did come up. Corn, on the other hand, corn cannot handle a bad day. Corn is the type of plant that if you plant it and it's cold and wet and it struggles, the rest of its entire life is going to be a struggle. A lot of people don't realize that. Some of you young farmers out there, that are chomping at the bit to get it in, and maybe it's a little too wet, maybe it's a little too cold. If you throw that corn in the ground, you won't make it to its potential. It'll never perform. It'll always be like, man, that corn's struggling, even if you do get perfect weather afterwards. So just keep that in mind as you're hooking up to that corn planter. A couple 3 extra days to get that soil into the right condition will outperform the corn. And if you don't believe me, go ahead and put 5 to 10 acres in the ground and cold. And then, and then when it does actually dry out and get to where you should be planting, hey, see how it performs, see what the difference is in the cold, wet ground versus, and I'm talking clay. I mean, that's my experience in clay. Sandy soils, idiot-proof ground, throw it out there, whatever you want to do. As long as you got degree days to bring it up out of the ground in 3 days, you're good to go. But anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. Maybe I'll get some other footage. I do have a very interesting story that I will tell you later as to why I didn't post a video yesterday, but man, life is crazy. Life is crazy, but I'm glad I'm living it. Anyways, thanks again for watching. Don't forget to thumbs up if you want a thumbs up my videos. It just helps with the channel. You know, it's all good. You know, if you don't want a thumbs up, don't do it. You know, it's fine. I'm giving you the choice. I'm not going to say, "Don't die, you bastard." It's not what I'm about. So anyhow, tractor's running awesome now. I hope you can see that from the tractor seat. Yeah, 13th gear or 12th gear here. Deep chisel, deep chisel. I mean, I'm going down a good 10 inches. A good 10 inches. There, I was a little shallow, but you get into this wet spot. This is wet down here, right here. She's pawing at the ground pretty bad. I think I'm gonna have to check my tire pressure. But again, thanks for watching, and thumbs up, please. Woohoo!